Hey folks, my name is Joe Sasso and this is Puree Made Easy. We're in June of 2025 and I'll be producing Puree Made Easy videos which will be solely dedicated to dysphagia cuisine. And my focus will be on puree foods. These videos are intended for people with dysphagia, the home caregiver, and the healthcare food service professional. So let's get right to it. Okay folks, for this presentation we are going to be making today salmon with a whole grain mustard sauce. We have green beans and mashed potatoes. So let's get to it. So here we have a fish mold. This is an industry standard fish mold. And this particular fish mold is, in my opinion, super long for the plate. It really would not fit on a plate. So what we do is we'll put in a piece of potato or a carrot or something to shorten it up a little bit so it looks nice on the plate and still plenty of portion size. Again, we have our universal vegetable mold that we're going to be doing. And I have a couple different ones. I'm using this one. And I have an oval Savarin mold that we're going to use for our mashed potatoes. First thing we do is we spray our molds. And then we start to place our purees in the molds. And we use an offset spatula, smooth it out, push it in. And there you go. Next up is we have the vegetable, some green beans that are pureed up. Remember, I'm going to have resources on pureemadeeasy.com, all types of recipes, videos on how to properly puree and prepare these puree foods. Goes in nice like this. Nice and easy. I'm taking my time here, but you can go as faster as needed. At home, you have plenty of time to put this together, and it's so easy to put this together. And if you're in a food service kitchen, this too is a super easy way to produce it in a timely manner, multiple types of purees. Next step, we'll put some plastic wrap on it. So here we have the plastic wrap on top of all of our molds. While the plastic wrap is on, you have the opportunity to push it down a little bit so it sets in very nicely. Same thing with the salmon. Now this fish mold obviously could be used for all types of fish. I'm using salmon. See the nice beautiful color. And with the salmon, it's just a very simple poaching. Salt and pepper, very light flavor. You can season it as you'd like. Now this could be ready to put in the microwave for 1 minute and 50 seconds. Or you put it in the oven. If you put it in the oven, you're going to pour a little water in there as a water bath. And then you're going to cover it with aluminum foil. And you're going to bake this in the oven at 350 degrees for approximately 15 minutes until you reach an internal temperature of 155 degrees. Okay, our purees are properly cooked to 155 degrees internal temperature. And now we are going to plate. So the first thing we're going to plate is our protein. And by putting the spray in, and it really helps release the molds. It's a little extra liquid here with the salmon. It gets a little nice here. And so we tilt the plate up and we drop down and we release. Nice piece of salmon. Same thing with the vegetable here. You have the vegetable, and place it down. You hit it down a little bit and then you gently release. And then lastly we have is the mashed potatoes. Now you can do this with sweet potatoes. Your mashed potato, you can put any kind of flavoring and seasoning that you like. I'm going to hit this down here. Move this out of the way. Center this here. Push and release. And we have the mashed potatoes here. Okay. So here we have salmon, mashed potatoes, and the green vegetable. Wipe down the plate. We'll put a little gravy on the mashed potatoes. And we have a whole grain mustard sauce that we put on top of the salmon. All right, leaving some of the salmon exposed so you can see that it looks like a fish. Whole grain mustard sauce. You can serve some whole grain mustard sauce on the side. Again, we have a little fresher oil that we would just do only in an institutional. You may not want to do this at home. You have a little fun with this and fill it up. And look at a beautiful plate you have. So you have baked salmon, whole grain mustard sauce, green vegetable of your choice, and mashed potatoes with gravy. Beautiful, beautiful dish. Looks like as close as possible as to real food that you would get out. Well, that wraps it up for today, folks. Thank you for joining me. For any questions, please send an email to joseph@pureemadeeasy.com. I'm Joe Sasso for Puree Made Easy, and I'll see you next time.